All right, welcome back, citizens. Today we're going to be talking about sighting in the primary arms 1:8 by 24 second focal plane low power variable optic.
Stay tuned.
Pew, 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 pew. Another one.
Citizen to a citizen, boy. Citizen to a citizen, boy.
Another one. To life.
So we're sighting in our rifle on Saturday. This is by request, by the way. My guy Eisen's Tactical, he suggested or recommended I do a video on sighting in scopes after checking out my last video on the Aero 1x8. So I said I'll do it because I actually have this scope here to sight in. This is a primary arms ACSS 1x8 by 24, made specifically for the 5.56, 308, and 5.45 by 39. So this rifle is none of those. This is chambered in 7.62 by 35, aka the 300 BlackOut. And let me go ahead and show clear real quick. We are clear. All right. This is a build I did. I've got another 300 BlackOut. This was the original 300 BlackOut. 16 inches. All of it Aero precision. If you've watched my videos and you know the channel, you know me. I use a lot of Aero precision parts, so everything you see here, handrail Aero precision, barrel is ballistic advantage, which is basically Aero precision, lower Aero precision, upper Aero precision. And this one I've got the fail zero light boat carrier group. I guess I'll have to blur this out so you guys can't see me take it apart, but that's the lightweight boat carrier group. I got the same thing in my other 300 BlackOut. But yeah, the primary arms. I like it. This video isn't going to be about the primary arms, but I guess it kind of is. I'll speak to it. We could talk specs on it real quick. I love it. It has your cap turrets on here. It's half MOA, right? And I'll explain that in a second. So you got your elevation, then your windage on the side, half MOA. I'll put those on later. You got your 11 light settings over here. Just like the Aero, it does have, oh no, wait, let me see. Yeah, it does have a place for your extra battery to be stored in this cap. That's why it's a little bit bigger than this cap, if you can see that. So if you ever run out, you can go ahead and change it. I got it sitting in an American Defense mount, which is why we're sighting it back in. I took this off really quick to try it out on the AK-47 and put it back on. I put it back in the same place, but I always re-zero it. I got like a little mark on here where to put it back. This does have a diopter on it. It gives you a clearer picture once you get it to where you're at, depending if you're nearsighted or farsighted. If you're nearsighted or farsighted, you can go ahead and adjust this to go ahead and make your sight picture a little bit crisper. There's your 1:8. It's still a bit stiff. All right. you could get one of those throw levels added onto it. I didn't like it, so I took it off. I don't use it. Let's see what else for specs. So takes a 2032 battery, which is great. Yeah, it's a common battery, so you'll be able to go ahead and replace it easily. You got your eye relief is 3.5 to 4, which is kind of common across these scopes, these LPVOs. Field of view, same thing, 110 feet to a high, so a low 100 and then to 110 feet. And then it's a second focal plane. I explained that in my previous video. Basically, the magnification is in front of the reticle, so the reticle will stay the same size no matter what zoom power that you're on, whether you be on 1 or 8, it'll stay the same. Let me get this out the way. This is a spotting scope that I use. I mean, not your top of the line, but it gets the job done. Celestron Ultimate 80. I love it. It keeps me from having to walk down every single time after my shots. What else? Objective diameter 24 millimeters. So the optic series for this is SLX. That's the silver line for primary arms. The higher end one is the PLX, which is the platinum. The reticle is calibrated for 5.56, 5.45, or 308. This being the 300 blackout, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the calibration that they provided for this particular BDC. I'm going to use 5.45, and then I'm going to go from there. You really have to figure it out, right? Because these are 208 grain bullets, and with the calibration, they don't go up that high, right? So I'll go ahead and use the 5.45 calibration, see where it hits, and go from there. The reticle color is red, but if your battery goes dead, it's etched, so you can still get shots off in good light. BDC, basically everything happens within the scope. Once you get it dialed in at 100 yards, you'll be able to go ahead and, without having to make any height elevation or windage adjustments, you could use the reticle inside to go ahead and shoot at further distances or shorter distances, or you can shoot at objects that are moving from left to right or right to left. You can even range your targets. So the average human being is 18 inches wide, or the average human's chest, right, is 18 inches wide. Not mine is much wider.
Say what?
But they have the lines in there that if you line up the lines shoulder to shoulder, it'll tell you how far that target is inside the reticle. So this is why this particular ACSS reticle is not only used in primary arms, but it's used in a lot of high-end scopes. That's the Advanced Combat Sighting System, is what ACSS stands for. So you get a lot for what you're paying for here. The basic concept, half MOA. Where's my marker? I know I had a marker around here. Alright, we'll just use it. Oh, here it is. So the basic concept, right? Say for example, you get out on the range, you set this up, you're at 100 yards out, right? This is half MOA, that's minute of angle. So 1 MOA, minute of angle. That means basically minute of angle at 100 yards, right? So you set your target up, and I use specifically this target. This is your side-in target. All of these boxes are 1-inch targets, right? Up, down, 1-inch targets, right? So say for example, your first shot, and usually I do them in threes. So you take your first 3 shots, and your first 3 shots are, let's say 1, 2, and 3. right? All right, so half MOA. So if you're half MOA, that means if you want to go up 1 inch, you have to go up 2 clicks, right? So 1 click elevation. If you want to go up 1 inch on this target at 100 yards, you got to go up. So you're turning your dial to the left, 2 clicks, and they're audible so you can hear it. Okay. Now in this instance, here's your target right here. So after you take your first 3 shots and you hit them here, you want to go up 1, 2, 3 inches, right? So if that's 3 inches, that means that's 6 clicks, right? Because this is a half MOA. Okay. So 6 clicks on your elevation, and now you can, if you're hitting here and you want to be hitting here, you figure you want to go over 1, 2 inches, maybe 2.5 inches, right? So if you want to go over 2.5 inches, right, to hit bullseye, so now you have to adjust your windage, okay, which is over here. So if you turn it towards you, if you're turning it towards the body, assuming that the rifle is headed that way, right, that's turning it, that's moving your windage to the right. We don't want to go right, we want to go left. So if you want to go left, and you want to go left 2.5 inches, let's just call it 3 inches, right, for the sake of math. If you want to go, oh wait a minute, oh it's the same, so 1, 2, 3, right, so it's the same. 6 inches, right, or 6 clicks, right, rather, to go ahead and get on dead center. So you'll go ahead and adjust your elevation 6 clicks, that'll take you 3 inches up. And then you will adjust your windage 3 inches to the left, so that's turning the dial clockwise. That'll bring you 3 inches to the left, which would be dead center from your original shots. And then you take another 3 shots. Hopefully they land here. If they don't land there, and say they land, I don't know, right here, then you just look at the paper, see how many boxes or inches you are away, and you adjust the clicks accordingly, up or down, left or right. So in a nutshell, that's basically what you're going to be looking for, what I'll be looking for when I'm out on the range. So we'll wrap this piece up. We'll go ahead and go out of the range, and we'll take a couple of shots, sight this in, and show you what it looks like. All right, stay tuned. All right, so we're back at Foothills, the outdoor range. We're going to be sighting in the 16-inch 300 BlackOut unsuppressed, and then we're going to be sighting in the AR-10. It's the M5E1 Aero Precision. All of these are Aero Precision. We're sighting these 2 in. Both of them are primary arm scopes, 1x8 on the 300 BlackOut and 4x14 on the AR-10. And then we're just gonna have a little fun shooting suppressed with the 8.5-inch 300 BlackOut. Stay tuned. All right. So this is out of the 16 BlackOut unsuppressed, using the 1x8 primary arms. Let's see if we can get on target here.
Citizen to a citizen, citizen to a citizen.
Key to life.
Thought that thing went right through. Yeah, it did. Taking it into the seat. All right. Shoot.
Fire.
Another one.